Hello, and welcome to the 23rd Annual Downtown Partnership Gathering, where we're coming to you virtually this year, both at breakfast time and again at happy hour. I'm Susan Edmondson, President and CEO of Downtown Partnership. In recent years, more than 700 of you have joined us in the ballroom at the Antlers Hotel as we share about downtown's incredible trajectory of recent years, where we continue to show that we are not just imagining a great downtown, we are experiencing it daily. We are not just planning, we are accomplishing. And we're not just talking, we are embracing bold strategic paths and policies toward a great city center. 2020 has been a truly historic year for downtown, both in terms of our accomplishments as well as our challenges. Today, I have much to share with you about how new businesses and new developments are investing in our city center, how Downtown Partnership has supported our small businesses through their unprecedented difficulties, and ways you can be a part of ensuring downtown renaissance that forges ahead. Coming to you virtually today would not be possible without the support of our incredible sponsors, and I am truly appreciative of their commitment this year, even though we were not able to gather in person. So raise a toast with me, whether it's your morning coffee or perhaps something a little stronger in the afternoon, for our sponsors at the champion level. Bear & Bear Platinum Group Realty, Colorado College, Colorado Springs Chamber and EDC, Griffith's Blessing, Insurance Technologies, the May on Cascade, Navakai, Peak Innovation Park at Colorado Springs Airport, Pikes Peak Community College, Springs Rescue Mission, and the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Museum. And to our supporting sponsors, A&B Bank, Cascade Investment Group, Cottonwood Center for the Arts, Daily Law, Early Connections Learning Centers, El Pomar Foundation, First Bank, David Lord, Pikes Peak Community Foundation, RTA Architects, Kimberly Sherwood, UCCS, and Widener Apartment Homes. And it is especially my pleasure to thank our presenting sponsor, returning for a second year, GE Johnson, a company with a long history of impact in downtown, our city, state, and region. From construction of the Pikes Peak Center for the Performing Arts, to the Fine Arts Center expansion, to Phase 2 of Springs Rescue Mission Campus, to the rapidly rising downtown stadium slated to open next year, and a spectacular new crown jewel to our downtown, the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Museum. Truly, the community commitment of GE Johnson is all around downtown. Let's hear from CEO Jim Johnson.
Welcome. I'm Jim Johnson. I'm the CEO and president of GE Johnson Construction. We've been headquartered in Colorado Springs for 53 years and could not be prouder not only of the progress that Colorado Springs has made, but also our reinvestments in making that community great. It is a desirable place to live. It is all of our responsibilities to continue to look at opportunities to make this city even greater. Such examples of those opportunities to reinvest are not only the Switchback Stadium, which not only hosts wonderful soccer games, but also a venue in a downtown stadium, which has been desirable for many years. The United States Olympic and Paralympic Museum recently completed one of the most anticipated projects in my lifetime, and all of the draw that it will bring not only from the United States, but international. And the Pikes Peak Summit House. Obviously over 500,000 visitors summit the peak every year in some form or fashion. And we're fortunate to have the Downtown Partnership helping us think through those opportunities for growth that keep downtown not only thriving, but really succeeding and positioning itself for the future. We need to continue to support Downtown Partnership to help us ensure that our downtown stays as thriving and as successful as it is today, but for the future generations as well. We're proud to be the sponsor today of this virtual event, and hopefully I will be the most boring part of the entire program. Enjoy the rest of your day, and thanks again for supporting Downtown Partnership.
Thank you, Jim, for your support of today's gatherings and for all you do for our city. And I can guarantee that when you are central to so many exciting projects, there's no way you can ever be boring. I also want to extend my personal gratitude to our many volunteer board members serving on Downtown Partnerships Board and Advisory Council, as well as board members of our downtown family of organizations, the Greater Downtown Colorado Springs Business Improvement District, the Downtown Development Authority, and our charitable nonprofit arm, Downtown Ventures. Especially in this year of changes and challenges, our board members have been an incredible source of wisdom and guidance, even as they, like all of you, were confronting changes and challenges in their own business operations. And now I'd like to introduce Downtown Partnership Board Chair, Stuart Coppage, Principal of RTA Architects.
Thank you, Susan, and thanks to all of you for joining us in our annual gathering today. I'm coming to you from the offices of RTA Architects in the historic Hibbert Building on Tejon Street in the heart of downtown. It's a little quieter here these days as we follow public health guidelines with the majority of our employees working remotely from home. It's what we need to do now to control the spread of the virus, and our folks are doing an awesome job serving our clients under these new circumstances. We do, however, long for the day when we can work more closely among our colleagues and experience the kind of enhanced teamwork, camaraderie, and innovation that comes from working together in person. Working more from home temporarily these days reminds me of why RTA Architects is headquartered downtown. I love grabbing a cup of coffee at the Perk right across the street. For lunch, there's a vast variety of options within just a block. Some of my favorites are Saigon Cafe and McKenzie's Chop House. Important civic meetings are usually just a short walk or bike ride away. And when I walk down the street, I run into friends and colleagues. We connect, we make plans, we get business done, all within the chance encounters of everyday life in the heart of the city. I miss that, and I'm eager for the return of the downtown lifestyle many of us know and love. In the meantime, I continue to dine out at downtown's restaurants, enjoy First Friday art walks, order takeout, and patronize all of our unique shops. RTA has been a member of Downtown Partnership for many years, but it wasn't until I began serving on the board that I grasped the incredibly far reach of this organization into every aspect of downtown living and working. Through its innovative structure, the partnership serves as the management company for the downtown family of organizations. This allows our small staff to function at maximum efficiency as they serve our members, and their work is truly soup to nuts. Marketing services from social media to print and broadcast advertising, and special campaigns to invite people downtown for shopping and dining. Business attraction and retention services, tenant prospect support, working closely alongside large development projects, providing essential data and marketing research and assistance navigating city and regional agencies, helping small businesses through the entitlement process and other hurdles of opening, administering grants to improve properties and tax increment finance agreements to foster vertical development, daily cleaning services, landscaping, holiday decor, and tending to a never-ending array of services unique to a dynamic pedestrian environment, supplemental security services 7 days a week, and First Friday art walks, art on the streets, and other public art programs that enliven downtown through ice skating, walking tours, and much more. That's just a small sampling of the work it takes each day to support our city center. And I think it's important to note that while partnership staff undertake the work of our sister organizations, the DDA, BID, and Downtown Ventures, well over half the revenue fueling our programs and staffing comes not from tax districts, but from our members, sponsors, and donors, essentially all of you joining us today. What I want to share a bit more about today is how partnership has been integral to the survival of those small businesses during this pandemic. And while all of our everyday services continue, as well as support of catalytic projects essential to the success of downtown's future, for the past several months, efforts have been redoubled to assist our businesses most deeply impacted by COVID, our retailers, fitness centers, movie theaters, hair salons, and restaurants. Essentially all those businesses that give downtown its soul, character, and vibrancy. Our work started on day one, or rather even before day one, of stay-at-home orders. On March 16th, as the governor announced at 5 p.m. the closure of indoor dining, partnership staff were anticipating the change. So by 8 a.m. the next morning, curbside pickup spots had already been permitted, designed, fabricated, and deployed. Weekly and now bi-weekly meetings continue to be held with merchants and restaurateurs, sharing tips among each other, communicating avenues of financial assistance, and planning marketing efforts to lure shoppers and diners. Businesses were made aware of grant and loan opportunities, not just through emails and social media, but by individual phone calls to owners to ensure no one missed an opportunity for support. When many businesses were not getting PPP applications processed, staff directed them to individuals at community banks who swiftly took care of their needs. Through the Downtown Development Authority, 95 businesses were aided with just over $670,000 in small business relief grants. Our unique social distancing sidewalk graphics were celebrated in a national Forbes article titled "Towns Across America That Are Winning the COVID-19 Game." Virtual First Fridays were a hit, with challenge grants incentivizing online purchases at shuttered local galleries, literally driving substantial dollars to the galleries to pay operational costs even if they remain closed. Our digital marketing campaigns went into overdrive. An online shopping portal for Mother's Day helped our still closed retailers, and partnership staff worked one-on-one with many shopkeepers to help them launch web-based sales. And every Saturday in September, we brought sidewalk sales out into the sunshine. And we can't forget Dine Out Downtown, closing a block of South Tejon every weekend for on-street dining. Additionally, 25 restaurants throughout downtown were guided through swift processing at the city to expand their outdoor dining, with more than 27,000 square feet of additional dining space approved. Susan will share more a bit later in our program about how this work of supporting our small businesses through this pandemic will continue vigorously in the weeks and months ahead. Through this unprecedented time, the Downtown Partnership has been a leading voice for swift adoption of policies, legislation, and codes supportive of local small businesses, working directly with staff and elected leaders in the city, county, state, and federal level. And through our strong media relationships, downtown restaurants and shops are featured frequently in local news coverage, important exposure to remind everyone to support local and independent businesses. So to any of you joining today who for whatever reason are not partnership members, I can tell you personally that investment in Downtown Partnership is keeping our city center forefront in the minds and influencers and reaping rewards for our entire city. As we all know, this has been a crazy, ever-evolving, unprecedented year in our lives, both personally and professionally. One thing that has been constant, however, is the amazing staff of the Downtown Partnership. They have gone way above and beyond the call of duty to ensure that our downtown businesses and residents have felt supported and encouraged through these difficult times. So to Susan, Laurel, Claire, Lynn, Alex, Jan, Anna, Tim, and Katie, from all of us on the board, all of the boards that represent the Downtown Partnership and our family of organizations, thank you so much. Keep up the good work and know how much we appreciate you. And especially to you, Susan, thank you for your exceptional leadership, which has helped pull this staff together and guide them and encourage them through these difficult times, and done so much for so many in such a short time. We appreciate you and want you to know just how much you mean to us. Thanks again to all of you who have joined us today. Thanks to our important sponsors and to our incredible staff who have done such great work in this difficult time.
Thank you, Stuart. And if you aren't yet a member, we welcome your membership and support. Simply visit downtowncs.com for details. And one final word on membership. I especially want to thank and acknowledge our President's Council members who invest in downtown at the highest levels. They are 365 Grand Properties, to include the Mining Exchange, Antlers Hotel, and the Famous, Colorado Springs Utilities, El Paso County, Norwood Development Group, Olive Real Estate Group, the O'Neill Group and Catalyst Campus, U.S. Bank, and Widener Apartment Homes. It's been nothing short of extraordinary to see how Colorado Springs and the Pikes Peak region have risen to the challenges of 2020 with an incredible spirit of collaboration, a spirit that gives me such confidence in our community's ability to rebound and become even stronger into 2021 and beyond. Every one of our efforts happens in partnership with others. I mean, there's a reason why we're called Downtown Partnership. As just one example, coordinating the weekend street closures for Dine Out Downtown literally involved more than a dozen agencies and departments at the city, county, and state levels, in addition to the participating restaurants and their neighbor businesses. Everyone said, without hesitation, "How can I help you make it happen?" While so many are rising to the challenge, I want to especially acknowledge the work of just a few key entities that we engage with. The City of Colorado Springs under Mayor Souther's leadership, and especially this year, our friends in the Departments of Planning, Economic Development, and the City Clerk's Office. El Paso County and its leadership, with special acknowledgement to the efforts of the Economic Development Department, and of course, El Paso County Health. Colorado Springs Chamber and EDC, the Pikes Peak Small Business Development Center, Pikes Peak Workforce Center, and Exponential Impact and its Survive and Thrive initiative. There are scores of others I could list, but know that nothing is accomplished without teamwork, and there's been an incredible can-do spirit lately among leading agencies in the region. There is perhaps no better demonstration of this spirit of togetherness than the DDA Small Business Relief Fund, which provided grants of $2,500 to $20,000 to downtown storefront businesses. The businesses you see here stepped up and contributed to this fund, including a $250,000 lead gift from Pinnacle Assurance. And what we heard from these businesses, most of whom are located downtown, is this is why they choose to locate downtown. For our independent restaurants, unique shops, our walkability, our great art scene, all the elements that help them to attract and retain talent. Thank you again to the businesses who stepped in to help other businesses much more deeply impacted by the pandemic. Our mantra of late at Downtown Partnership has been, we've got your back and we're moving forward. To our small businesses, we're behind you every step of the way. And we still move forward with new developments with a pace unlike anything I've seen in recent years. Our State of Downtown report, released earlier this year, headlined nearly $1.5 billion in recent, under construction, or near-term planned development investment in downtown. And I can tell you today with confidence that nearly every project we track in that report is still moving forward. Just a few highlights from this year's report and a few updates from these past few months. Our downtown construction crane count stands at 4, our highest ever. 3 hotels are under construction. This year saw the openings of the beautiful Casa Mundi apartments, the stunning May on Cascade, and Pikes Peak Lofts, all adding more than 200 units of exceptional urban living. Of the more than 1,200 new residential units announced last year, up to 1/3 are to be offered as affordable, and another 12% meet the market for workforce housing. The Ed Robeson Arena at Colorado College and the downtown stadium are going vertical rapidly, both on pace to open in 2021. And stay tuned next month for an exciting announcement for the naming of the downtown stadium. And let's talk small business, because nothing is more daring and more inspiring than small businesses opening in the midst of a pandemic. Just in the past few weeks, downtown has welcomed Moonbeam Clothiers, Yobel, a fair trade market, Lincoln Rose Gallery, Novus Mortem Artist Collective, Pikes Peak Brewing Lager House with an incredible rooftop bar, Kawadi, our city's most ambitious food hall, including a food incubator, live music, and more, and Bread and Butter Market, so now anyone can find not only bread and butter, but cheese, eggs, grab-and-go salads, prepared meals, salsas, sauces, wine, beer, booze, fresh flowers, sodas, fresh produce, and all the grocery items downtown has been lacking for so long. And this weekend heralds the opening of 3E's Comedy Club, another first for downtown. We are encouraged that several other businesses are slated to open soon, and even more are in the early stages of property renovation. And I want to go back to residential for a moment, because growing downtown as its own neighborhood and a vibrant place to live has been and continues to be our #1 goal. I am confident that by the time we release our State of Downtown report next spring, we'll be able to note up to 1,000 additional units planned for the near term. Not only has the rest of the state noticed, but the vision of downtown Colorado Springs is capturing hearts and minds nationwide. We're working with several prospects who see the potential in our city's center and are ready to invest. A few other worthy achievements of 2020 to note, because when you have good news these days, it needs to be shared. This year, our Gateways initiative came to fruition with signage, landscaping, hardscaping, and public art demarcating the entryways into downtown. Our 22nd annual Art on the Streets program literally reached new heights this year with 7 sculptures and 6 murals, lending voice to a diverse array of artists. Greg Deal's 66-foot Take Back the Power mural captured statewide and national acclaim. In a year when, unfortunately, performing arts centers remain shuttered and galleries at limited capacity, the Art on the Streets program provides a way for families, couples, and people of all ages and abilities to enjoy art safely in the fresh outdoors. And no sooner had Art on the Streets launched than we leapt into undertaking the largest permanent public art project ever in the city. The 320-foot mural at the Colorado Underpass by artist Mauricio Ramirez was completed just last week. It honors the people and history of the Conejos neighborhood, and the community was invited to take part in bringing this mural to life, at times with 3 generations of former Conejos neighborhood residents joining in on community paint days. This grand mural was part of the Gateways initiative through the DDA. And Pike Ride Bike Share, a program incubated under Downtown Ventures and now operating as its own nonprofit, has seen usage up over 120% year to date. Pike Ride has given away over 10,000 free rides since March, provided free memberships to healthcare workers at UC Health and Penrose St. Francis, partnered with Springs Rescue Mission and residents of the Greenway Flats Permanent Supportive Housing Complex, launched the We Ride Equity Pass, making membership more accessible to more people, and expanded into the West Side, now with 39 stations serving the greater central and western part of the city. Also this summer, supported by grants from the Downtown Development Authority and the Colorado Springs Health Foundation, the Public Health Division of the Colorado Springs Fire Department recently expanded its pilot homeless outreach program. Now, for the first time ever, a full-time professional team made up of a clinician and an EMT is dedicated solely to serving people experiencing homelessness in the downtown area. This is a service that has been needed and desired downtown for a long time, and we are already receiving the results of these efforts. And we thank the city and CSFD for making it happen. Just last week, Springs Rescue Mission opened its 185-seat kitchen and dining hall. This new facility not only triples the number of available seats for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, it will create a space for culinary training courses, life skill classes, and create opportunities through Mission Catering, SRM's social enterprise business. And of course, there are 2 truly historic achievements of this summer that will forever be noted for moving our downtown to new levels of excellence. The first was the opening on July 30th of the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Museum, celebrating the achievements of American Olympic and Paralympic athletes. Named one of the most anticipated museum openings of 2020 by Smithsonian Magazine, and internationally one of the most anticipated buildings in 2020 by Architectural Digest, the museum exceeds expectations on every level. Designed all along to set new standards in accessibility, the museum also has become a leader in museum public health standards, thanks to RFID badges and touch-free technologies. Here to share a bit more about the museum's first weeks of operations is Tyler Carter, Guest Experience Supervisor at the museum.
Hey everyone, this is Tyler Carter, also known as TC. Really happy to come to you from the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Museum. I am a Guest Experience Supervisor, also an athlete. I'm a two-time Paralympian in alpine skiing. I went to Sochi in 2014 and Pyeongchang in 2018. We're just really excited to have our doors open, to have guests coming in. This is a home for our athletes, a home for everyone, but a place where we finally have the Olympics and Paralympics come together and we can share our stories. This is really an awesome place, and one of my favorite moments in the past 6 weeks that we've been open is having kids come in and learn the stories of the athletes, learn about the games, and especially the Paralympics. This is also very exciting for our downtown Colorado Springs area, as this brings new energy, new life, and a place that it's just going to grow, we're going to build on, and have everyone come. So we look forward to seeing you soon.
Thanks, Tyler. Your enthusiasm for the museum is palpable. And just one thing I love about the museum is the depth of experience, with so much to explore that every visit provides new learnings and insight. The museum sets the stage for the development of Southwest Downtown, and coming this fall will be the installation of the pedestrian bridge to America the Beautiful Park, also designed by museum architects Diller Scofidio Renfro. History was also made this summer when the Board of Colorado Springs Utilities adopted its Electric Integrated Resource Plan, setting forth a clean energy future and rapid decommissioning of the Drake Power Plant by no later than 2023. That decision was in late June, and already significant work is underway. Here to share a bit more is Colorado Springs Utilities CEO Aram Benjamin.
Good morning. Thank you for Downtown Partnership and Susan Edmondson for giving me a minute here to kind of brief you on our plans for downtown Colorado Springs and our plans for long-term energy vision that our board has taken a historic decision on June 26th and chartered the way for us to move forward. So our immediate plans for downtown Colorado Springs is it relates to Drake Power Plant that has played a major role in the economic development of the city. But the plans that we have for the immediate future is to replace the coal-fired generating units that we have currently on Unit 6 and 7 with temporary units that are run on gas. And that is going to happen within a year or so, where we're going to put these units on there until the time that it will take for us to upgrade our network of transmission and distribution systems, and that will allow us to discontinue generating from that site. So the plan for the site still is under discussions, and the stakeholders are going to be involved in what that site is going to look like. So within a year or two, we will see some major physical changes at the power plant. And as far as the future for the long run, by 2030, we will be looking for replacement of our Nixon generating plant, which is another coal units down south. And that would take us some plans for us to replace it with renewables, some battery storage, and some other technology that we will put in place. So the future is bright. Hang in there. You will have more of these events and news that you will be communicated with you, and we will share that with you. So thank you again for giving me a minute here. Enjoy your gathering, and I wish you the best. Take care.
Thank you, Aram, for your leadership in this process. With Drake positioned at the confluence of Monument and Fountain Creeks, at the intersection of I-25 and Highway 24, at the gateway to our city center, as well as the western passageway towards the mountains, we have a once-in-a-century opportunity to reimagine this site. Soon you will hear more from Downtown Partnership as we embark on an inclusive process to envision a future for the Drake property. Now is the time for bold thinking. Through the City for Champions initiative, we've proven that as a region, we can set big goals and accomplish them. But now it's time to start thinking to the next several years ahead. C for C2, if you will. Our next set of bold initiatives must include the reinvention of the Drake area for generations to come, addressing our connections to our waterways, and true completion and enhancement of the Legacy Loop, alongside other important initiatives of transit, connectivity, and housing attainability. As architect Daniell Burnham has said, revised slightly for contemporary times, make no little plans. They have no magic to stir our blood and probably themselves will not be realized. Make big plans. Aim high in hope and work, remembering that a noble, logical diagram once recorded will never die, but long after we are gone will be a living thing asserting itself with ever-growing insistency. Remember that our children and grandchildren are going to do things that would stagger us. Let your watchword be order and your beacon beauty. So let's ensure we make no little plans as we move forward in the years ahead. As many of you know, each year at our annual gathering, we present our Downtown Star Awards. Downtown Stars are the sometimes unsung heroes who, when they see an opportunity to make our downtown better, they don't just wait for someone else to get it done, they take initiative and run with it. In most years, we honor business leaders, organizations, and civil servants. But as this is no ordinary year, we're mixing things up a bit. First, a sort of runner-up Downtown Star Award goes to our arts organizations, and particularly performing arts, which, as we all know, have been seriously impacted this year. As a state-certified creative district, our downtown typically bursts with creative activity, and performing arts share a symbiotic relationship with downtown businesses. When, for example, our beloved Philharmonic performs at the Pikes Peak Center for the Performing Arts, or patrons take in an independent film at Kimmell's, downtown restaurants and taverns reap rewards with more pre- and post-show customers. Not surprisingly, our artists and arts organizations have demonstrated their creativity and innovation in these times. Rocky Mountain Women's Film Festival brought us drive-in movies on the eastern edge of downtown. The Cultural Office created curbside culture, bringing performances into safe outdoor spaces, such as this performance by Dance Wonderland by Colorado Springs Dance Theater at Dine Out Downtown. And the ever-invented Cottonwood Center for the Arts even created a drive-through First Friday. Kimball's Peak 3 brought us virtual film screenings, and we're so glad they were able to reopen recently. Many organizations are bringing us digital performances, and while that keeps us up with connections to our favorite musicians, actors, and dancers, this year has reminded us there is nothing like the thrill of live performance, and we are all so eager to experience our performing artists and arts organizations again soon. And now we turn to our main Downtown Star Award, which this year goes to downtown's restaurant workers. The chefs, baristas, servers, managers, bartenders, hosts, line cooks, and dishwashers. While all industries have been impacted by this pandemic, few others have felt its blows more than the restaurant industry. Downtown proudly boasts the largest concentration of independent restaurants in all of Southern Colorado. In 2019, there were 2,746 people working in accommodation and food service downtown. Sadly, we know those numbers are fewer today. But the tenacity and drive of our restaurant workers inspires us daily. They had to reinvent and reinvent and reinvent their business models nonstop, and still are permitted to operate at only 50% of indoor capacity. Throughout these past several months, they've reformatted menus, created online ordering, took on new methods of delivery and pickup, restructured staffing, modified interior layouts, expanded outdoor dining, instituted new safety protocols, created new offerings like grocery items, family pack meals, and my favorite, to-go cocktails, negotiated leases and contracts with suppliers, offered online cooking courses, and sadly, some were forced to confront the occasional belligerent customer refusing to follow public health guidelines. And because I truly believe that for many, restaurant work is a calling, so many of our restaurants stepped up to feed and care for others, even as they were experiencing their most difficult times. Chef Eric Brenner of Red Gravy created Meals to Heal, a national network of restaurants providing meals to healthcare workers, To date, Red Gravy has provided nearly 700 meals to local healthcare workers. When Poor Richards closed temporarily, they donated 384 pounds of food prep to Springs Rescue Mission. Colorado Craft delivered gallons of hot soups and meals to UC Health's COVID team. And so many other restaurants too numerous to name, even in their darkest hours as they were forced to shut down and furlough staff, found ways to continue helping others in need by providing meals. All they've ever wanted to do is do what they do best: serve great food, provide great drinks, and create welcoming places where people gather to meet friends, celebrate special occasions, and find respite from long days while relaxing over a special meal. We are in awe of their determination, and for these reasons and many others, our Downtown Star Award this year goes singularly to all of those working in the food service industry downtown. We salute you. As we wrap up today, I want to share a bit about what's ahead in the coming months, particularly for small business, and how you can help. We'll be leaning into the holiday shopping season like never before. And yes, the season will start early in order to help our merchants and provide shoppers plenty of opportunity to explore at their own pace and comfort level. There'll be online shopping portals, curbside pickup of gift items, and we'll be making every Saturday in November and December Small Business Saturday. So come shop and come shop again. Soon we'll launch our Discover Downtown Pass. Great deals at shops, restaurants, and salons, all easily accessible through your phone. For our downtown restaurants, outdoor dining options will continue. Just bundle up a bit. It's really no different than when you attend a football game or grab a drink at a ski lodge. For those who choose to dine outside, we'll have heaters and we'll make it comfortable and even fun for you. In fact, we've partnered with our friends at the Switchbacks to offer convenient stadium blankets, perfect for keeping you cozy while dining outdoors. We'll soon be selling blankets online and at downtown restaurants to keep you cozy. As a special offer to all of you who've joined us today, you can go online to downtowncs.com/blankets and pre-order your own Downtown Switchbacks blanket at 30% off for a limited time. Look soon for a selfie contest where a picture of you dining with your Switchbacks blanket can make you eligible to win a season pass. So get ready to enjoy a downtown meal in comfort, and most importantly, to continue supporting our downtown restaurants. I need everyone joining us today to understand that if you love and believe in our downtown, you must commit during these fall and winter months ahead to shopping locally and dining locally. When you spend $100 locally, $70 stays in our community, creating jobs and providing taxes that support local infrastructure, schools, and public safety. When you spend $100 at a chain, $60 leaves our community. In the coming weeks, you'll see a collaborative effort on the part of city and county organizations to remind you that our region will rebound from these challenging times more quickly and with greater resilience if we all make conscious decisions to shop and dine locally. You've all been there for our small businesses so far, so thank you, and we need you to keep it up.
Every part of our world has changed so suddenly. But when we needed you, as the future of our community seemed so uncertain, you didn't let us down. You ordered takeout, picked up curbside, shopped online, and when we reopened, you showed up.
Welcome to the local Honey Collective.
Welcome to Lucky Dumpling. How can I help you tonight?
Hey, welcome to the Men's Exchange.
It's great to see you again.
We may not be out of the woods yet, but with your help, we can keep the heart of our city beating. You're the reason we are still here, and the reason we'll make it through this together.
Welcome back to Med Cafe. Come on in.
Taste of Dream Cafe, how can I help you?
Welcome to Beauty Bar. Let's make you beautiful. Welcome to Terra Verde. Come on in and see us.
Welcome back. We really missed you guys.
So join us downtown, for we are your chefs, waitstaff, baristas, and brewers. We are the artists and stylists, shopkeepers and makers, and the entrepreneurs who give our downtown its soul and identity. We are the place you meet friends, to explore the arts, for family fun and fountain splashing, to take in an independent film, and celebrate special occasions. We see the promise of this new decade for this city, and we want to be here long into downtown's bright future. So come say hello, explore our shops, stroll our sidewalks, enjoy a meal, meet friends and colleagues. Downtown Colorado Springs is where you can just be you, because there is no other place quite like it. We know we'll see you soon.
Thank you again for joining us today and for doing your part to ensure that downtown Colorado Springs continues to serve as the economic, civic, and cultural heart of the Pikes Peak region. There is so much promise and excitement for 2021 and beyond. With your help, we will keep our downtown renaissance moving forward and ensure that our small businesses will be around to reap the benefits of our bold vision. Thanks and have a great day.